Hi, I'm Jennifer Kem, and you can call me Jen. I'm the founder of the Master Brand Institute, where we teach entrepreneurs to turn their personal experience and professional skills into a highly profitable business by creating an unforgettable personality brand that solves their audience's problems. I upload a new video every week, so be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, then click the bell icon so you're notified when new content is available. Now, on to today's video. In an earlier video, I shared the 10 most primal, emotional, and relational things that brands you admire do to make you wanting their next thing bad. They're called brand pheromones. And here's a little recap on what they are. Brand pheromones, first you need to know that brands are belief systems. And when you create a belief system, you create a more valuable currency that commands a premium price and a lot of power. It makes people rally around your brand, and people ultimately follow messengers that emit these 10 brand pheromones. So today's case study is Alex Hormozi, co-founder of acquisition.com, who just wrapped a monster launch of his book, 100 Million Leads. It almost blew up the interwebs, clocking a staggering 500K plus leads into the advertising campaign, and 200,000 people, real people, showed up to his live cast of the actual book launch, which is freaking wild. The number of posts that I saw on the socials calling him the GOAT, a genius, reveling in how he broke the traditional book launch. Hell, really, he broke any type of info-based launch, and how he set a new standard for excellence. His personal brand and advertising of his company brand are the stuff of legends as a result. So my take on it, Alex Hormozi is a master of implementing what I call the brand pheromones. So let's get into it. The first brand pheromone is called Genesis. And the question you're asking is, what stories have you been using for this, and what has the strongest pheromones for your ideal client? Well, in his launch, Hormozi shared his first job, working in the security industry, showing his fresh-faced, lonely-eyed work ID, and remarked on how he had a love of working out and fitness. He dreamed of helping people to do the same and wanted to start a side hustle that was generous and in his lane of genius. So he set up a donation-only membership to his closest friends to help them get fit. Now, if you watch his video, which is a masterclass in storytelling, by the way, he refers back to this Genesis story a lot, and in a way that shows his people how they belong in his story too. Brand pheromone number 2, which is called Credo. And those are the values, beliefs, principles, philosophy, ways of operating, mottos, and rally cry. Basically, what is your brand's religion and why should they follow it? Well, I'm calling Hormozi a dominant advocate brand archetype. And if you don't know what that is, check out my videos on that subject right here on my YouTube channel. And he is a master of using this archetype voice to spread his credo, which is, everyone can do what I've done, and I'm gonna pull back the kimono and show you everything so you can really do it too. He also values generosity, tenacity, humility, and definitely discipline in a very approachable, gee, I wanna be his best friend kind of way. But I'll still pay him because he's really cool. Brand pheromone number 3 is symbol, and those are the colors that you see, the icons, the symbols, the things that people see when they watch your videos. There are 2 major things when you think of Hormozi: his beard and his black hat. He is rarely seen without his hat, and he shared a story about how the simple hat has always been something he's done to remind him of his mission. To really make the symbol stick, he shares pics of other brands he created where their logos were on them. And he also gifted a hat to anyone who purchased 3 books in his book launch. So we can feel like Alex too, like me. See my hat? Brand pheromone number 4, temple. So that is the headquarters, the hub, the church, the station, the gathering place. Now, all master brands have a central nervous system where the people feel safe to congregate. And Hormozi's temple is his company brand, acquisition.com, and his YouTube channel that has a staggering 1 million plus followers since he started it just a couple years ago. In his launch, he unveiled how he created content with his team with the exact strategy to launch this book, 2 whole years before he actually launched the book. That is awesome. Brand pheromone number 5, relations. It's the who, not the how to create perceptions and proximity, deep, long game relationship building, committed networks, alliances, allegiances, and creationships. The majority of this opportunity comes from referral and sharing. Now, this is where Hormozi taught a huge lesson in affiliate and partnership marketing and made it feel non-icky and very doable to anyone afraid to ask another person to help promote their stuff. He also wisely mentioned that it was his best strategy to advertise, with over 23,000 book launch affiliates sharing the 100 million leads love to all of their followers too. It also cemented that he eats his own dog food and that what he wrote in the book outlined all of this too. Brand pheromone number 6, ritual. Seth Godin says, people like us do things like this. So the question you're answering here is, what consistent, persistent, dopamine-pleasing rites of passage do your believers want? Now, here's an honest thing. I actually don't follow all of Hormozi's work, but I've really never heard a negative thing about his teachings, and that alone is a ritual itself. One major thing he did in his launch was asking for the attendees to participate in the talk by commenting and blowing up the feeds in his live cast. He also used a reverse ritual that everyone who teaches how to sell online does, the idea of what we call value stacking. This is a signal that he's a marketing expert and that the people are expecting him to do it. Then he surprises everyone at the end and does a full-on Oprah moment by announcing that everyone who buys one book gets his entire online stack of valuable stuff for free. It was wild. If that isn't dopamine, I don't know what is. Brand pheromone number 7 is dialect. Native tongue, brandisms, language, lingo, lexicon, inside jokes, secret words, passwords, slangs. In my world, they call them Gen Chemisms. In the world of your brand, do you actually have a language that people recognize? Now, a brand is a country where the inhabitants believe they belong. And Alex calls his land Mosey Nation. Kind of cool, right? It even sounds a little like monetization. His diagrams that he uses to demonstrate his teaching is almost a language too. They're like hieroglyphics on a wall that feels super valuable and precious. I'm sure there's a lot more inside language in his books, and I'm about to find out because I'm getting 3 books from him and even ordered his first one, which is called 100 Million Offers. And yes, I will have the hat that shows I'm a legit citizen of Mosey Nation. Brand pheromone number 8 is the enemy. These are the pagans, the usurpers, the non-believers, the haters, the indifferent, the dogmatics, the challengers, and basically any person, place, or thing that has an opposite belief. What do the people who aren't in your world believers in? I mentioned earlier in this video that Hormozi's launch got a lot of traction and noise on the socials, and it was pretty much divided between excited believers, indignant non-believers, and people who just didn't know who he was but said they didn't care. But some of them probably looked him up after all the noise. For the indignant non-believers, it ranged from, oh no, another bro marketing launch that everyone is gonna go gaga for, and things like, Hormozi gave away everything for free and now people won't value my stuff. And there were many other comments in between. Mosey Nation is for everyone, as I mentioned earlier, but basically the brand vibe is, that's cool, you don't have to like it or me, but I'm still gonna go all out anyway. It was like Taylor Swift's Eras tour where she said haters gonna hate, 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 but she's just gonna shake, shake, shake it off and fill every damn stadium she enters. Hormozi basically is a bearded Taylor Swift, except swap the stadium for a 200,000 Zoom room and much buffer arms. Brand pheromone number 9 is stunts. These are things that you do to get publicity. You're seen, you're heard, you're noticed, you're getting attention, and you're putting your pheromones out there in an active, remarkable, memorable way. What cool thing could capture the attention of your audience? Hormozi had stunts in the entire launch, but his biggest one was when he did the value stack, and that revealed that you could just get thousands of dollars in value just for buying one book. And to top it all off, in the beginning of his live cast, he told the live people that he would have a very juicy prize at the end if they stayed the whole time. And he made good on that promise when he pulled out a book of his master frameworks and journal and said that anyone there live would get that too. I was mad because I wasn't there live and I ended up watching the replay. So I kind of shed a tear. All right, brand pheromone number 10, which is the leader. Remember, this is the founder But not just the founder, the people who rally around the ideas and make them come true, which I call the belief messengers. These are the visionizers, strategizers, and mobilizers of the unicorn team of their brand. And there's a whole bunch of videos you can watch on that too here. Now, this brand pheromone is where Alex Hormozi did the damn thing, because it's easy to see him as the only leader of this pack of eager everyday folks since he was the author and the speaker. But during the entire presentation, he referenced that there was no way he could have pulled off everything without his team. In fact, his wife and business partner, Alex Hormozi, is known to be a badass mobilizer, and his marketing team are some of the best strategizers in the game. He mentioned his mentors and colleagues and who poured into him when he was not just winning, but in his lowest moments too. This proves what I harp on all the time. You need to build a unicorn team around your great ideas so they actually impact and help people. When the presentation was over and I bought the books, I got the hat, and I grieved over that frameworks journal I missed out on because I didn't watch it live, I just wanted to know, who are the people on his unicorn team? Because believe me, they not only launched that book, they wrote it with him. A few other notes on this launch. Hormozi was willing to do things that many people aren't willing to do, and that's what makes him respected and envied. He's taken big risks. He's won some, he's lost some, but he was committed to lead. He's invested in his own time, energy, and money to get this type of launch out, and invested in what was not comfortable, including mentorship and team, to build the brand he has today, and he's continuing to grow. He also gave us a roadmap on how to do it too, and modeled something very important that I hope you catch on to. He had a vision. He took steps to get it done, and it didn't happen overnight. Don't forget that part. Get started today. Now, if you're interested in building an iconic brand from the inside out, like our case study, Alex Hormozi, watch my series here on YouTube on the unicorn team model to learn how to lead other leaders to the income and impact that you really want. In some of my upcoming videos, I'm going to share some of the personal brands, product brands, and company brands that are using what I call brand pheromones as a filter that makes their followers come back for more and bring a ton of people with him, just like Alex Hormozi. So that's it. If you found value in this content, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button below so we can get this video in front of more entrepreneurs who want to help grow their businesses. And be sure to also hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified when new content is released. I'm Jen Kem, here to help you get seen, heard, and paid for the unique value that you bring into the world. Until next time.